Good day, everybody. Welcome to the second episode of Learn and Taste. My name is Jojo Madrid, and I'm with my good buddy Alex Stevens. Today we are going to explore the different styles of Chardonnay. We chose Chardonnay because it is considered the greatest white grape, and it's widely grown all over the world, and the styles are incredibly varied depending on the climate and depending on winemaking techniques. Alex?
Yeah, so today we're looking at two prime examples of Chardonnay. We've got Chablis. This is from a region in France known for its cool climate, cold weather, and limestone soils. That is going to give us a very lean, austere wine, a very interesting representation of Chardonnay. And then on the other side of the world, we have our Californian friend here, which is known for its bold body, lots of oak influence. It's really going to be an interesting comparison here, comparing this really lean one against what in theory we'll expect to be a very big and round one here.
Shall I have a taste?
We shall. Thank you. It's interesting to know that this time it's kind of rare, but we have our French wine here in the screw cap and we have our Californian one in the cork, but just an interesting note there.
We are drinking a La Roche. It's a Chablis Premier Cru, and the name of the vineyard is La Chantrerie from the vintage 2011. Immediately, I see very little evidence of oak in blind tastings. When you're comparing a Chablis to, let's say, a California Chardonnay, you try to sort of perceive if there's any oak influence, and I don't really get much of that.
No, there's very little, and if I remember correctly with Chablis, it's only once you're at the very high end of it will they start adding in a stronger oak influence. Because only with these premium vineyards do they expect their grapes to be able to withstand all that oak.
The acidity is beautiful.
It is.
It's fairly well rounded, I would say. The minerality stands out as well, and you've got really more steely, a little bit more a linear style of Chardonnay, which I think might be a really nice contrast with the one from Sonoma.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Very much you got this citrus quality, this minerality, and there's also this kind of vein of honey-like influence going through it that provides deceptively a sweetness to it. This is a completely dry wine,
yeah,
but you do kind of get this honey aroma and a little bit of the flavor as well on it. This is an excellent wine.
And now we will try the Chateau Saint Jean from Sonoma from 2014 vintage.
Thank you. So taking a look at these two wines, we see that the Californian wine here is a little bit deeper in color. Not anywhere close to deep gold or anything like that. It would require a little more age, but it is definitely a little bit stronger in color than our Chablis.
And that could be attributed to the oak influence, because the oak would impart a deeper color.
Yeah.
So you get more buttery as well, more
Absolutely.
honey, more buttery, more tropical.
Yeah,
more
and this one I
luscious
actually
fruits.
get more fruit.
Yes.
And our first one on the Chablis was a lot of these kind of secondary aromas, not so much the fruit. This one, definitely fruit. You got that kind of toasted vanilla.
Oh yeah.
Let's taste it now.
Just looking as well as the tears in this wine, you could see that it is fuller bodied, and I would expect that the alcohol levels would be higher as well.
I think you're correct on that one there, Jojo.
Yes, you have a 12.5% on the Chablis and 13.6 on the Sonoma.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that'd be a result of the warmer climate, correct? The grapes will ripen a little bit easier here. They're going to produce more sugars, and when they go to ferment that, it will result in more alcohol in a larger body. But they're both very, very good examples of their
terroir.
Absolutely.
Well, my palate is very old world, very old school, and in terms of preference, I seem to prefer the Chablis. It seems to have a lot more mineral expressiveness and leaner fruit and slightly sharper acidity. And what do you think?
I am a big fan of the Chablis. It's very lean, very austere, and it's very elegant. Our Chardonnay, on the other hand, is very fruity, very fun. In this case, it's a toss-up because I am more of the New World kind of guy. I like these fruity wines, these big, bold ones. But in this case, I do see the allure of the Chablis, and I think that is my preferred wine of these two.
In terms of food and wine pairings, I think this would go incredibly well with sushi, as well as with some fried foods. What do you think this will go well with, Alex?
So a more rich, buttery Chardonnay. In this case, we'd be concerned on one hand with pairing it with something that's too big, too fatty, too creamy. But at the same time, those rules don't always apply. Sometimes like and like go together. So in this case, I think this has the body, the alcohol, and the power to stand up to something with a creamier sauce. Think of maybe a white fish or even a salmon with some type of cream-based sauce to it.
Or a lobster fettuccine with rich cream sauce.
That's true. Although if you've got lobster fettuccine, I'd think most things go with that at that point.
Well, if I were to give a numerical score, I would give the Chablis a 92 points. I was really quite impressed with this. Plus, you know, at a little over 45 Canadian dollars, I just think that this is great value. And for me, well, again, I find this a little too oaky. But at $26 or $27, I think that this also represents terrific value. I'd give this probably 88 points.
For me, I'm dead on there with you at 92 on that Chablis, especially considering the quality-price ratio on that one. That's a bargain. And the Chardonnay here, I'm a big fan of it. I think it's an excellent wine. It's just today it was edged out by the Old World contender. I'd give this one a solid 90 points, especially considering the price.
Well, thank you, and thanks for joining us.